Hello everyone, my name is Cap and welcome back to the channel, another 7 days to that video. Now I'm doing all of this in Alpha 16.3 on the PC, so I don't know for sure how much of this will work on consoles. It's just using light sources, so chances are it probably does work, but you can test it out yourself. Now I had quite a few people looking over some of my other videos where I was testing the heat sources and how well they attract zombies, like with my mobile spotlight test, and I'll put a link in the video card above the video if you want to go check that one out. But they were just curious as to like how much things like the basic light sources people are going to be use, like torches and candles and wall candles, how much heat those generate, and whether or not they actually do attract zombies. You got two different kinds of candles in here, the candle table and the regular candle. And if you click on them, it says this might attract zombies and this will attract zombies. So I'm going to test whether or not it'll actually attract them when they're running past here. I'm going to do that a little bit more of a testing, but I want to test and see if they actually generate any heat first, and same thing with the torches. And then I'll do some testing with it with the electric lighting that you can put on the house and see if it does anything. So you see, I'm over here at the farm right now. I haven't done a whole lot in this area right now. And so the heat is really low. It's at 0.25, which I'll blow up and put up on the screen so you can put a little bit easier. Now, one thing I did notice is kind of interesting is there's two different kinds of candles you can craft. Like I said, candle and table candle. If you put a regular candle on the ground like this, or there's one of those table candles, and then you pick it up, you can see down on my system tray or my tool belt down there, it gave me another regular candle instead of a table candle. So I don't know why, if you craft a table candle, or candle table here, and put it down and pick it back up, it gives you just a regular candle. I mean, it's kind of weird how you do that. I don't know why. I guess it's just because it's the same exact item, but it's kind of weird that it gives you that. So anyway, when you place these down, I'm just going to do just the basic candles so we can test these out here. But you can see as I'm placing these down here, and I'll blow up the heat so you can see it. You know, it's lighting up the area, but the heat isn't actually going up or not. So that is one of the things that people were asking me, is if they use a whole bunch of candles to light up their house, if it's going to raise the heat or not. Now, sometimes the candle placing is a little bit wonky here, but I'm going to test and get as many candles on here as I can. As you see, the heat is still at 0.25, and I've got the whole front half of my house lit up. So we're going to test not whether or not this will actually attract any zombies. Okay, so what I did is I surrounded the entire shed over there with 50 different candles all the way around it, and then I tried to light up the area with some mobile spotlights the best possible. I know it's really dark outside, and then I built a little shelter using some bulletproof glass on top of the barn so I can hide inside of it without them seeing me, because I don't want them to detect me. So right now, I'm waiting to see basically if any of these wandering hordes actually run towards the barn itself. So I spawned in a bunch of random zombies, and they're all running towards something. They're all just kind of running around the general area. So it's hard to tell if they're actually attracted to the light itself, because none of them are going actually around the building itself. We'll see if I can get out of here without being seen, and see if there's any zombies around there at all, or if they just ran on through it. I'm trying to be as quiet as possible. The heat didn't go up after I placed all the candles. So I spawned in 2 wandering hordes, which is about 20 to 30 zombies total. Now I'm trying to see where they went here. Let me see if I turn on my flashlight so I can see a little bit better. See, I'm still undetected. And right now there are no zombies here. So I spawned in 2 wandering hordes. They ran through the general area, which is what happens when a wandering horde runs in. It kind of comes your direction, and then they just keep going off in their marathon through the darkness. But so far, it doesn't look like the candles actually did attract anything. Like I said, the heat didn't go up, so the heat's not going to cause any screamers to spawn, so they're not going to spawn anything in. But as far as I can tell, got all this light sitting around here, they ran through the area and just kept on going. So now I'm going to test this out with some torches. Okay, now I've done the same setup here, except for I took down all the candles and I put in 50 torches all the way around. You can see the torches put off quite a bit more more light than the actual candles themselves, so it kind of looks like the entire place is on fire. Spawned in 2 more wandering hordes, and we'll see where they actually go. See, they're running in a straight line the direction of the player, which is what happens when a wandering horde spawns in, is they choose the general coordinates where the players are, and they run in a straight line that direction, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to stop and keep going. So you see they're running straight towards us, but I'm in a building, and so they're all diverting, and they're all saddle hopping the fence over there, and just running off into the corn. None of them seem to even give a crap that the torches are here. So it's really hard to tell whether or not they're actually being attracted to the light itself, or if they are being attracted just because the way the spawning horde works. But after having let it sit here for a little while, any of the other wandering zombies that come in, they're not going towards anything here. I'm going to try something else real quick. Okay, so what I have now is I spawned in a group of nurses. They're sitting over there on the ground, and I'm trying to see if they'll go towards all this light here. So maybe if the feral horde is only going to go on their midnight run, we'll see if the actual nurses will go towards where all the light is here, or if they're just going to stop giving a crap. And it looks like they've just wandered off. Now we got one little nurse here that's kind of wandering in through the light slowly. Let's see if she actually goes toward the barn, or if that's just the random direction it sent her going there. Now, like I said, the heat hasn't gone up other than just for me opening and closing for noise and stuff here. But I'm just basically trying to see if the light itself will attract them. And there is a lot of light coming out of this. Now, I do have my forge, workbench, chemistry station, all that stuff is in there, but I haven't used it to generate any products, so it hasn't made any heat on its own either. And you can see there's nothing going on. She's wandering back the other direction. She doesn't seem to have a care in the world that this house looks like it's on fire. So, from my testing, from all I can tell, using candles and using torches doesn't seem to attract zombies like it may say in the description. I mean, if there's 50 of them on this small of a location, they should at least wander the general direction and come check it out. So far, they seem to just not care at all. We'll continue to do some testing with some electric lighting. Okay, and we're testing that just like we did with the previous ones here. I used electric lights, just the basic light going all the way around. There's about 35 of them. It takes a little bit longer to do it with the electrical lights than it does torches because you have to have a power source. Spawned in a bunch of wandering hordes, and I spawned in a couple nurses so we can see how they actually interact with it. Now, it looks like with the electric lights, it's kind of hard to tell specifically because they're kind of roaming around a little bit more. But I can't tell for sure if they're going towards the building. It looks like they actually are going towards the building. And again, the heat is just as low as it always was, so it's not causing any problems. You can see it's at like 0.05 where I'm currently standing here. So, but it's kind of hard to tell. It doesn't look like they're going towards the lights. It looks like right at the moment they're stuck on the actual fence itself and not going anywhere. But the nurses I spawned in, they wandered off entirely. So even with all these lights and stuff here, they seem to be just stuck on the fence here. Let me see. I'm going to try and get a couple more nurses in here just to see if, perchance, they'll actually go towards anything. So let's spawn in a chunk of them right over there. I'm going to turn off my flashlight so they don't come towards it. We'll see if they wander in towards the electric lights and stuff here. Now, at night, of course, any kind of creatures that spawn in, of course, are going to be feral by default because they work out at night, but I just wanted to see if the basic zombies would be attracted to these sorts of things. Let's see, I can spawn in a couple of feral nurses here. Okay, we'll spawn them over there. Let's see, I was trying to flashlight on them because I know that doesn't attract them at all. So we got a couple feral nurses bouncing around on the fence over there. A couple regular nurses. We'll see if they go towards the Christmas lights over here because this thing has got, like I said, about 30 lights all the way around it, maybe a little bit more. I don't remember the total count. We'll see if they actually go towards this light source. So after letting them wander around for just a little bit, none of them are still going towards the shack itself. If I attract them to me, of course, they'll run over where I'm at. That's just because they have to work out. But I'm trying to stay hidden and utilize the stealth portion here. If I turn on my light and move around too much, it'll attract them. See, they're some of them are kind of underneath me a little bit as is, but the ones out there don't seem to give a crap at all about how much light this thing is generating. So that's kind of an interesting find. Okay, well, I'm hoping this test was at least satisfactory to you guys to see how the basic light sources using candles, using torches. Oh, and by the way, the candles that you put on the table and the candles that you can put on the wall here, they function the same way. I did test both of them out the same way. Actually put a ton of them on the inside to see if anything would happen. It literally did the same thing. So I don't want to have two of the exact same test. And plus all the candles inside the house, you couldn't see it because, well, it's dark. So, other than just this little bit of instance where we had all these, these zombies trapped along the fence here, but they weren't running towards the house. They were just trapped here. And you can see my little mobile spotlights. They left those alone. I have electric lights going all the way around this thing, and nothing came towards the house. So as far as my testing goes, as far as I can tell, light sources don't seem to attract the zombies at all. Now, maybe if you're carrying them, of course, because you're generating light and they're going to come towards you, that messes with the stealth system. But as far as actually attracting them to your base, if you have a ton of light set up on the outside, I don't foresee that causing any problems. So, as far as I can tell, wrap your base in as many lights as you can so that you can see it from outer space, and I don't think the zombies are going to care. If you think I did it wrong or you'd like to see me add to this, drop it in the comment section down below and let me know if you thought I did it wrong or, if you want to see me expand on it. If you enjoyed the video and found it useful, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button down below the video, and I truly do appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss on future videos. And be sure to check the video description down below for the links to all my social media and Patreon and stuff if you want to follow me over there. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you guys for all your support and welcome to all the new subscribers. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.